Hello, everybody. I am here this evening to talk about safety, how you can stay safe when you're on the job, when you're working, or when you're away from your home and visiting places in other cities. So I just thought I'd give you this special introduction, and I would also like to just talk about one of our HSR bus routes and the Presto card I got from our Hamilton Go Center last February in 2017. So I'm going to demonstrate this advice on about safety right now. Safety always comes first whenever if you're working or you have a job to do, or if, for example, if you're going somewhere like to Soundwave after work at World Water Park at West Edmonton Mall, or Union Hall, the Church of John, Ranch Roadhouse, Studio 107, Knoxville's Tavern, or the Club 82, it's important that, or the Shaw Conference Center for Scream, or in October, or Northern Lights Music Festival in Easter. Always stay aware of your surroundings. Be mindful to other people who are around you. And also, a reason I attend these Soundwave events at World Water Park, because I have a wonderful relationship with the promoters. And aside from that, I do love meeting people. And it's very nice that you can build friendships and you can also build relationships too. Also, at the end of the day, it's always about being very responsible, respectful, mindful to one another. So I would also like to talk about my Presto Smart Fare card. Presto is a new way paying for travel on public transit in Ontario for places in the Greater Toronto, Hamilton area. So places like Ottawa, Durham region, York region, TTC in Toronto, Mississauga, Oakville, Burlington, Go Transit, and even as far as the HSR buses in my old hometown where I used to live in Hamilton, Ontario, the Hamilton Street Railway buses have moved on to the Presto Smart Fare card system. You can also go online at prestocard.ca to register your own Presto card, or you can buy one at any transit authority across the GTA in Ontario. Or my recommendations, it would be our Hamilton Go Transit Center, the Go Station on Hunter Street between John Street, Houston, and James Street that I'm already very familiar with. And also, I would like to show you our Lakeshore West Go Transit map. It also is very well connected with West Harbour Go Station in Hamilton and our Hamilton Go Center, and even as far as our Union Station in Toronto, so you can use the Go bus or the Go train, tap on where you start your journey as you're departing, and tap off when you're arriving at your destination. Also, whenever if you take the subway, always make sure you get a transfer, and this shows your proof of payment, and it says no re-entries to the subway system. So whenever you take the subway on the TTC or on the streetcar, always make sure tap your Presto card on the reader, and always get a transfer, and you can always get a day pass at one of the fare vending machines at any of our old familiar stations on the TTC in Toronto, where I have been to with my mother and Auntie Paula as a child, and most recently last February of 2017 when I took the Toronto Rocket with my mom. And I also have our very old familiar HSR bus routes I know, like the 1 King. You can use the 1A King to visit the McMaster University west of downtown anytime if it's on a weekday, but it doesn't go there on the weekends. But it does go to our Go Station. 20 A-Line Express goes to and from the Hamilton Airport just during the weekdays, but you can also get a taxi, go directly to a hotel, but you can also get the 27 Upper James bus that goes from the Mountain Transit Center towards Inverness Avenue eastbound towards Upper Wellington Street. northbound through Upper Wellington Street, westbound on Jollycut, Arkledon towards John Street, northbound on John towards King Street, westbound to John Street. It's the same on the way back when you're going southbound on James. But I also have one of our old HSR routes where I took last February, 24 Upper Sherman. When all the 24 Upper Sherman buses get to the end of the line, it says here, the operator will change the destination sign to 23 upper gauge, so buses then depart as 23 upper gauge. Passengers can't stay on the bus if their final destination is on upper gauge. It's the same on 23 upper gauge as well. One of our old familiar routes where I used to go to with my mom and our old next door neighbor when I was a child before I moved out west. So you can basically use both 23 upper gauge and 24 upper Sherman on Concession Street anytime. It's a very special route. You can go south-north of Upper Gauge Avenue anytime as long as you're on 23 upper gauge. And 24 upper Sherman, you can go basically the same way. You can also transfer buses with your Presto card. Tap on the reader. No need to tap off. So on the subway, always make sure you get a transfer and it shows the time and date. So it says the proof of payment. It says transfers are free, must be obtained where you pay your fare. Shows this when proof of payment is requested. Valid at transfer points on day of issue for a one-way continuous trip or otherwise noted as on the transfer. Must be used at first available transfer point. Cannot walk to next stop. No valid for re-entry into the subway system. Must use on day of issue when within reasonable time allowance to the transfer point. Not valid for stopover. Go on ttc.ca. They may give you one of the tips. So see, this is when I'm showing the transfer. That shows your proof of payment. So it shows the time right there. So these are the two transfers at Union Station. So I have our 41 Mohawk. It's a southbound, northbound, eastbound, westbound bus route. On our HSR bus route in Hamilton, I know where I used to go to with my mom, is the same route. I went from Upper Gauge Avenue on Mohawk Road East towards Lime Ridge Mall. So I got to sit by the back door 2 times last February after sitting at the other side of the back of the bus on 24 Upper Sherman. In the same time, I sat by the back door 2 times on both 23 Upper Gauge, 41 Mohawk, as well as 35 College. So I would like to show you our HSR bus map, 35 College, and it shows here, right at the destination sign, you can see in the middle, the college has 2 ways to get to St. Elizabeth Village. One bus travels from McNabb Terminal to West 5th Lime Ridge west on Lime Ridge, south on Garth, enters St. Elizabeth Village. So destination sign St. Elizabeth Village via Garth. Next bus travels from McNabb Terminal to West 5th Lime Ridge, south on West 5th, west on Chester, south on Chelsea, east on Stonechurch on Upper James, southbound, westbound on Rymel Road, and enter St. Elizabeth Village. So the destination sign, St. Elizabeth Village via Upper James. So it'll say 35 College, McNabb Terminal via Upper James, 35 College, McNabb Terminal via Garth. So you do have a lot of excellent alternatives to get to any of our old familiar HSR bus routes on the Hamilton Mountain. But the important thing is, at the end of the day, I would like to echo what my mom has respectfully said. Always be very mindful, very respectful, very responsible, and very careful, and being aware of what's around you. So when you take the subway, stay against the wall, do not go near the edge of the platform, and always keep your things in your front pocket, and never ever tell anybody or any stranger you're alone. So always make sure you have questions. If there's something you would like to address, always tell someone you trust, like our parents, our aunties, uncles, grandparents, or somebody or someone we trust. If someone tries to make us uncomfortable, the respectful thing I would respectfully say, please no, and please walk away. So I hope you really enjoyed listening to my YouTube video about safety. So you can also have very excellent ways to help yourself when you're away from home. And don't forget, you can use the ETS safely as long as it's not very late at night. So thank you everybody for listening. Have a nice night. January 6, 2018.